The Premier League season is about to end in 2 months' time, and for me, this week is the most pivotal week of the season because this could decide every factor on the table, not just a top table clash between Manchester City and Arsenal, because that is going to be enticing. But you've got the relegation battle, European qualification, Conference League, Europa League, Champions League. So we are going to discuss each fixture in detail in the video. So watch till the end, like, subscribe, and let me know your prediction in the comment section. Already the stakes are very high from the first match, that is Newcastle against West Ham at St James Park. For Newcastle, they've been struggling this season with injuries, but they still have a chance to even qualify for Europa League spot, let alone they can still even finish top 5, but that still looks really difficult. But they still can qualify for the Europa League, let alone Conference League, but they need to put in a run, and this match at home provides the opportunity. But the injuries now, Luis Miley could be out for some time, Botman is out for the season, they still have no Jorinton, they still have no Tonali, no Wilson, so injuries are becoming a massive concern. And in this match, the attacks look good of Almiron, Gordon, Isak, but without Botman at the back, facing against Kudus, Bowen, Paqueta, I think it's going to be a big problem. But they play a West Ham side who defensively this season haven't been that good. They still have players like Isak that can trouble West Ham. And even with West Ham, this match is going to suit David Moyes, sit back and counter. But I think in the recent weeks, the defense, Zuma has not been at his best. And I believe this West Ham is a side you can get at. This is why I can see a 2-2 draw in this game. Both sides will cut each other out, but I just believe Newcastle won't get the win due to injuries, and that most probably ends the chance at least for Europa League spot for them, while West Ham will be the much happier team with the result. If you don't beat Burnley at home, just forfeit the season, end it, and just play the FA Cup semi-final, because if we can't beat this poor Burnley side at Stamford Bridge, it's a shame. It's an absolute shame. With the fan pressure was going behind the scenes, we need to win this match. There's a lot at stake at this match for both teams because Burnley can still survive because of the deductions to Nottingham Forest and Everton, but I just think the gulf in quality is too much. The only way to get a result against Chelsea is sit back and try to counter. I don't think Burnley is going to do that. Company will play right into our hands, and I just see the gulf in quality being too much. And with the run we have got after this match, Chelsea still have a chance of finishing in the top 7 in the league. But if we don't start this run with a victory, it's a shame. This is why I'm going with a 3-0 win, because anything less than that, or at least a victory, is a shame. Now the next match has a lot at stake as well. Sheffield United versus Fulham. For Sheffield United, they've been really poor side this season, but they still have an outside chance of surviving. But for that, they need to put a run of victories, and that can start with the game at home against Fulham, because Nottingham Forest have got a 4-point reduction. Everton already got a 6-point, so I think they have a chance. But overall, sadly, I just think they're a very poor side. Fulham thrashed Tottenham in the previous game with 3-0. They're getting the goals now. They are playing well. Harry Wilson, Muniz, Iwobi, Willian, very good team, and I think they're just going to have too much of Sheffield United. I still believe if Sheffield sit back, let Fulham have all the possession, they can threaten them, but I think the quality in Gulf is too much. Sheffield are just not too good for this league right now, and I see Fulham getting a comfortable in the end 2-1 victory, but just being too good for Sheffield United. The crowd is going to be behind the players with the deduction, with everything that's gone behind the scenes. It could be a really pumped up place and could be a tough one for Paris. Nottingham Forest and Nuno have been a surprising team. Sometimes they get a lot of goals and they play well, but sometimes they're very poor. The manager selection sometimes is really poor. He went to Brighton away, did not play Ilanga, did not play Hudson-Odoi, and that was a poor decision. But in this match, I think he's going to go with the victory because of the 4-point reduction. They play a Crystal Palace side without Czech Doucouré, without Guhi, without Olise, and Crystal Palace is still a side who don't score a lot of goals, who still heavily depend on Eze. They still don't recognize striker, and I think with the quality Nottingham Forest have got overall, I just see them get a 2-1 narrow victory in this game, keeping their chances to survive alive for me. Now on to the Vitality Stadium. I just don't think Bournemouth have a lot to play this season now. It's just about get as high position as possible because they aren't getting any European spot. They aren't being in the relegation battle. Just is too good for that. And they have been a very inconsistent side this season. They get good victories, but they get poor results. Against Sheffield United, they were 2-0 down at home, but they got the result and a draw in the end. While Everton, for me, are playing good football under Sean Dyche, but they just can't damn score a goal and can't blame the manager for that. By the Beto, by the Calvert-Lewin, they just can't score, and that is a problem. This is why I see a 1-1 draw in this game. Bournemouth at home. I think Bournemouth will give Everton spaces, but Everton just can't score enough goals. But they will get that one goal on the break. While Bournemouth also get a goal through the quality of players like Solanke, Tavernier, Sinisterra. But I think overall, these both sides are not good enough, and a draw favors Bournemouth more, but Everton won't mind, with Nottingham Forest getting point reduction and Luton also dropping a lot of points in between. As I was talking about Luton, we go to the big match between Tottenham and Luton. This match has different stake for both sides. For Tottenham, it's about securing a Champions League spot. For Luton, it's about securing their status in the Premier League and staying in the league. It's very different, but a really big match. But I just see Tottenham being very, very strong for Luton Town. Even in the previous match, the both sides played, in the first 20 minutes, if Richarlison had the finishing boots on, it could have been Tottenham 4-0 up by the first 20 minutes. In the second half, they did have chances, Luton Town, but overall, Tottenham was just too good. At home with the quality of players like Son, Madison, Richarlison, they have just too much quality with Poran Udogie making those run-in. Luton defensively not that strong. And now with Adebayo not being for some time, the goals are not going to be there, and Luton always give you spaces. I just see the quality at home for Tottenham being too much, and I'm going with a comfortable 3-1 for Tottenham in this game, but I do think they'll concede in the game. Now on to the derby match, Aston Villa against Wolves. Now Wolves will like to play a bit of party poopers and destroy Aston Villa Champions League qualification, but overall I just see Aston Villa being too strong. Wolves, the way they lost to Coventry City in the FA Cup will disappoint them because they had a chance to win the semi-final, and along with that, with no Pedro Neto for most of the season now, Hwang as well is out for some weeks now. Kuna could be back for this game, but our two backbones in attacking department are out. I just see Aston Villa being too strong. Now Aston Villa in this game might have will not have Matty Cash at least for the next 2 or 3 weeks. But overall, Watkins, you still have big quality in Leon Bailey, you still have Moussa Diaby, you still have too much quality for Wolves, and attackingly, even if Kuna comes back, I just don't see enough goals for Wolves in this game. Even on the counter attack, they don't even have a Neto or a Hwang. I just see Aston Villa being too strong, and in the end, Gary O'Neill has done a fantastic job, but he can only do so much. I'm going with the Aston Villa 2-0 win and Champions League qualification being strengthened for Aston Villa. This Premier League game week has been about big stakes for all the sides, and this is another match. For Brentford, they're going towards a relegation zone and it's not looking good. The injuries are big for them, which has not been talked about enough, and they are in big trouble. For Manchester United, it's about keeping the hopes of Champions League qualification. They still can, and there's a big match towards that. With Brentford, nobody has talked about, but in this match, they have no Ben Mee, no Rico Henry, no Aaron Hickney, and Bumu has been out for recent 2 or 3 months, and now no Nordgaard for this match as well. You have to feel for them, and it's becoming a massive problem. While Manchester United for this match most probably could have Lisandro Martinez back, Maguire is out but should be available, and Shaw is out. I just see the quality of Manchester United being too much for this ravaged Brentford squad, and Bumu is back, but he's back after so much time, the match fitness, and I just feel defensively they aren't good enough. Manchester United, yes, some days they don't finish their chances, but they're just going to be too good, and I see a comfortable 3-1 win. United will concede, but I just think the quality is going to be too much, and United will get a much needed win, while Brentford will feel in more trouble in regard to relegation. 3-1 win for Manchester United. This match is like a starter before the main course. It's Liverpool against Brighton before the Manchester City Arsenal game, and this is a big one, not just for Liverpool but Brighton. Brighton are out of Europa League. They're not in any cup competition now. So for them, it's about ending the Premier League season on a good high, and they still have an outside chance of being in the top 5, and they can do really, really well this season. While Liverpool at Anfield, they have a chance to get a 3 points with the pressure on Manchester City Arsenal, and I just see Liverpool being too strong. Until Brighton try to be a bit defensive and try to counter, I just see Brighton playing right into the hands of Liverpool. Trent could be back on the bench, Jota could be back very soon, and Liverpool at home with Salah, Diaz, Nunes making the run in behind the high press of Brighton. I just think it's going to be too much for Brighton, and with no Mitoma now, most probably for the rest of the season or at least for the next some weeks, I just see the quality of Liverpool being too much for a bit of like ravaged Brighton squad this season as well. They've had too many injuries to contend with. I'm going with Liverpool 3, Brighton 1. Brighton will get a goal because Liverpool have this habit of conceding goals, but I just think Liverpool are going to be too much for Brighton, and a 3-1 win for Liverpool. We have talked about the starter, and now it's time to go on the main course, and this main course could be the title defining of the season, that is Manchester City against Arsenal. And guys, I can only this match end in a draw and a KG affair. Why? I just feel the occasion is too much, and this Arsenal side is better than last season, and this Manchester City side has just declined a bit, but I just think the tightness of the fixture, Arteta will be much more careful. I think with the form of the Arsenal defense, and you go to attacking department, Arsenal last season were losing the steam, and when they came to Manchester City, it was the end. This time, they're again finding their form. They are much more experienced, they're ready. So I can see them being much more ready at Etihad, trying to survive that early 20-30 minute phase, and after that trying to get a draw or a victory in this game. So they are going to be much more careful, much more defensive, much more understanding, while Manchester City are going to be the dominant team. Stones, Walker, I can't hear a doubt, but I see them play this game. And the problem with Manchester City this season is having no Mahrez, no Gundogan, and De Bruyne has been injured for whole season as well, and Grealish has been injured for the last 1 month as well. The problem has been that goals have not been coming, and that has been the problem. See, I'm a Chelsea fan, but scoring 1 goal against us, where Haaland could have put 2 or 3 passes, and even we could have been 2-0 up at half time. I just see City right now, just straight after international break, not finding the rhythm. I see this match ending in a draw, just like what happened in City 1 Liverpool 1 game earlier in the season. City creating chances, missing them, and Arsenal punishing them in the end. I just see a 1-1 draw, which only makes Liverpool happy. That's my prediction. Let me know your prediction, like, subscribe, and please let me know your opinion. Thank you.